What?
That ass.
Tracy, you been smoking that shit again?
No, but I did have my ginger mix blend today.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that gets me.
Yeah, horny as fuck. You know I'm allergic to that shit. What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Westy from A-Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at A-Connection TV. Week 2 of Big Brother is filled with some punks, okay? They're all punks. Now, I follow all of like the Twitter updates, and there's a couple of people on YouTube that talk about the live feeds. But I don't watch the live feeds. I don't have the time and or space or opportunity to devote so much energy and seconds out of the day to watch the live feeds. So I catch up with what I can catch up with, and then I watch the edited versions of the shows. And I'm sorry, but this house is filled with some punks. Now, I know in the beginning of my reviews, I was saying that HISAM is bae and that I like HISAM and HISAM is super cool. But HISAM has this thing with power that makes him really a villain. We've seen the edits and how he's been vilified, but the way that he's talking to people, it's a bit much for me. Now, I will say I love his honesty, right? Because I've been a champion on people being honest and just focusing on telling people the truth with how they feel and what they want to do and who they're after. But I feel like he's lacking on the ability to understand that, yes, he is playing a game that's been going on for a very long time, and the way that he's playing it has not been played that way, at least in the last 6 to 7 seasons. And so his approach is cutthroat. His approach is ruthless. His approach is rude and condescending. And I'm wondering why he feels obligated to respond to people like that. It was a bad thing for, Riley to say, hey, you're my target week 1, or that I'm going after you week 1. I really don't think that week 1 anyone should be anyone's like target. I feel like we should all still be getting to know each other. And unfortunately, we had to lose Kirsten, and it was the name of the game. But moving forward, there should be some kind of like communications with people and not really a target week 1. But Riley proclaims that HISAM is her target. It gets back to HISAM, and HISAM already has it in mind that he's going to come after Riley, and that he does. The conversation between Cameron and Jared was interesting because I felt like Cameron was going to, I knew he wasn't going to say that he knew that Sari and Jared were related, but I felt like he was going to come up with something else, this theory that he had that he's talking to Jared about. But when he says that Felicia is Denzel Washington's sister, I see it automatically. And like he told Jared once, now that I've told you, you're not going to unsee it. And I can't unsee it because, in all honesty, I see them being related. And it was funny because the editor thought the same thing too, because the editor kept pointing at Felicia during moments of that edit just to really reiterate the fact that, yes, she does look like she could be related to Denzel Washington. And she does. HISAM's speech to Riley, yikes. I don't recall any speech like that during a veto meeting where there was like, this person's my target. I want them out of the house. I know it's going to be unanimous. Let's get her out. We need to get her out so we can all come back together. Well, no, I'm lying. Because the veto speech that was given to Taylor during her was completely worse. So I take that back. HISAM don't get the award for the worst veto ceremony speech. The season, right? BB24 does. And I can't remember who was it that it was. I know it was a dude talking to Taylor, but I can't remember what his name was because he was horrific. He was horrible. And it is what it is. Taylor's the winner, so I don't care. But it was like, what was going on with the speech? But the kicker for me was that everyone seemed to agree that HISAM's speech was OD, yet everyone in the house are punks. They're punks. But are they playing the long game, Wes? I don't know. Are they playing the long game? Because they really could have made a blindside. But is it too early to be blindsiding stuff? You got Nicole playing whatever she was doing with her hands, figure it out with her hands on the countertop, talking about it wasn't a good idea to, go against HISAM. It's too early to go against HISAM. But HISAM has a complex. And it would have been a lot of who do you think you talking to in the house? For me, it just would have been a who are you talking to? It just would have been all of that. It would have been giving all of that. Who are you talking to? Like, for example, when he flat out tells her to her face, well, I mean, Riley did the same thing. It just wasn't as rude. HISAM was like, you're getting out of here. I don't like you. I was like, yo, what's going on? But no, the meeting, the HOH meeting of the professors, you got all these old ass people listening to this man tell him what to do. And he is asking questions and answering them a second right after. I'm like, is he gonna let anybody speak? Bowie, don't know what to say. Cut him right off. McCole, don't know what, cut him right off. I just knew Felicia was gonna say something, and I knew Sari was gonna say something. I've been seeing things where, Sari's been mad behind the scenes and she's upset and cursing her HISAM out, and so is Izzy cussing HISAM out. But they're all some punks. They're all some punks. To be quite honest, Sari ain't winning HOH. I guarantee you, Sari ain't gonna win HOH. Izzy ain't gonna win HOH. Felicia ain't gonna win HOH. McCall ain't gonna win HOH. Them 4 people are not gonna win HOH. They're just not. I don't have faith in them. And to be quite honest, I called it when before we got to the elimination. I just knew Riley was going home. Like, they're all a bunch of punks. They sitting here because that's what they do in the edit. They make you want to feel like a blind side is coming, and they feel like, whatever, because they showing all these edits. But I'm like, nah, they're not that bold. They're not that bold. They are not that bold, and clearly they weren't. HISAM has a chip on his shoulder, and I'm really not feeling it, and I don't know. I don't understand why no one threw a wrench in the machine to like stir something. Even if the whole house is gonna vote Riley out, be that cog in the wheel, be that nail in the tire. That's what I meant to say. Yes. Side note, I want to talk about Matt. First of all, Matt is really sexy. Matt has a fantastic body on him. I just had to get that out the way. I don't really care for his voice that much, but it is what it is. He's very sexy. He has it horrible in the house. Being deaf, having to go through what he needs to go through to understand the people and to play the game. It's a very difficult thing to do. And apparently he was recruited to be on the show. And apparently he did not know too much about Big Brother to understand the full extent of what the makeup of Big Brother is, right? And so I feel bad for him. I really do. I feel bad for him on the sense of like how I felt bad for Taylor, to be honest. Although the producers have spent a lot of money and have moved mountains to get him on the show. They have special audio technology that plays over his head. Like, for example, when he did the earmuff record player thing, they designed that challenge to be able to accommodate for him to get through it. So to find out that they have this special vibrational sound thing that plays above him, that they have like stuff throughout the house that can help him in these competitions, I applaud the producers this season. I applaud the producers for getting rid of Luke. I just applaud the producers for seemingly caring about what's happening with the cast this season. Although the people aren't too accommodating to him, the show has been accommodating to him. So I applaud Big Brother and the producers for BB25. Side note, Luke created this video where he was online talking about how he was malnourished in the house and how he couldn't sleep and he was only working on 2 hours of sleep, and the N-word just came right out of him. And obviously he feels remorseful and obviously he regrets it. I don't think that it's that obvious, to be honest. I think what's obvious is that that word is in your regular vocabulary, and unfortunately you said it on live television. That's what's obvious. You know what I'm saying? That's just that. What do you think about these individuals not going against the HOH? I just think they're punks. And I think they're playing the long game, but I also think they're punks. I also don't think the 4 people that I named are going to win HOH. If they do, I'll stand corrected and I'll applaud them. I would love to see what Izzy does with her HOH, and I would love to see what Sari does with her HOH. But they're not going to win. Although Felicia did do well in the scary challenge. She beat out Sari, McCole, and Izzy in the scary challenge. And so she's capable, but I think it's about time for Jared to win. But something tells me that Jared, Jag, Cameron, or Red are going to win. That's what my heart is telling me. I could be completely wrong, but that is what my heart is telling me. Let me know what y'all think. Who do y'all think is going to win? And do y'all think the 4 women that I named have a shot at winning HOH? Leave your comments below. And would you have played the long game with HISAM, or would you have been a brave soul and voted for Cameron to go? I love the fact that Riley told her alliance to just not blow up their game and just completely have it be a unanimous vote. I was wondering what was happening with that, but again, I knew Riley was going home. Deuces.